Hi, my name is Cesar Alvarado, and this video is for South Texas College class Heart 2445 AC System Residential Design. Um, Today I'm going to be talking to you about my split system unit at an apartment. This is a one-bedroom apartment, a 600 square feet, and in this unit, a split system, an AC split system unit is installed. A split system unit means that the air handler is in the inside of the apartment, and the condenser is in the outside uh, of the building. Here we have a uh, 1.5 to 3 ton, 18,000 BTU Goodman air handler. This is a wall hung air handler, as you can see by these brackets in the back. It was hung in this closet. Okay. So this air handler receives its airflow from this area, and this is the filter, which right now it needs to be replaced. So let's do that. Let's replace it. All we have to do is remove it, and we're going to replace it with another one. And we're using, at this point, we're using a MERV 1 filter. And the reason for that is because that's what the company at this point is requiring us to use. But I did put a recommendation in to increase the MERV to a MERV, at least a MERV 4. And we'll see what comes out from that. Looking at this unit, we have two PVC lines coming out of the bottom, coming from the bottom, which is this black one right here and this white one right here. Okay, so these two PVC lines are the drain lines. They're connected to the drain pan. And let's lift this up a little. You see that plastic, that gray plastic tray? That is a drain pan that's connected to two PVC lines. There's a primary, which is the black one, and there's a secondary, which is the white one. Don't worry about these. These PVC lines are actually connected to the water heater, which that's a different story. But this black one right here is actually insulated because of the city of McAllen requires the installation of the drain line, of the condensation drain line. But it is a PVC line, see? And it goes all the way down to the bottom where it goes into the plumbing of the apartment. Now this first drain line, this primary, has to have this little elbow right here, which is called a J-trap or a P-trap. The reason for that is this little area contains water, and as the condensation drops from the evaporator coils and it goes down the main line, it pushes the water that's in there, it fills up, and then it pushes it out, and it goes out to the plumbing. Okay, if for some reason this pipe gets clogged up, then what happens is the water rises and then it goes into the secondary line. The secondary line gets water, and once it fills up right here, it's going to stop right there. The water is going to fill up, and when it fills up, this little T right here, that's a floater switch. which has a little floater inside that when it fills up with water, it rises and it turns off the unit. These two wires are connected to the 24 volts coming out of the coming out of the transformer, going to the thermostat. But that just means that it turns it off, and it calls for a service for the unit. If this one does get clogged, then it goes to that one. It turns it off. We come in, the maintenance or the AC technician comes in and unclogs the pipe. When the service technician comes in, and he does a preventive maintenance or does whatever he has to do, one of the biggest things, or one of the primary things that he checks is the thermostat. Right here, this little box. This is kind of like the control switch or it is the control switch, the on and off of the unit, of the air handler. This has two big numbers here, main numbers. This 73 is the temperature. It measures the temperature inside the apartment or inside the home or around the thermostat. This one measures the temperature that you are telling it to be at. So because I told the unit to be at 73, the unit turned on until it got to 73. It moved the temperature of the room up to 73, and then it shut off. That happens when we have it on the mode of cool. So when we turn on to cool, it's going to do that. If we turn it on to heat, we're going to tell it at what temperature to be at, and then the heater is going to turn on and the fan's going to turn on, and then it's going to change the temperature of the living space until it matches. Once it matches, it turns off. Now the fan only turns off if the fan is in auto, because that means it turns on with the heater and it turns on with the cooling condenser. If the fan is on, because there's a little mode where the fan is on, and let's try it. Let's see if it happens. See, fan on. That means the fan or the blower in the air handler is going to turn on by itself. You hear a little click in here. And now it should turn on, hopefully. Doesn't make me a liar. There it goes. Okay, so it's blowing. That means we change the mode of the fan to on. Sorry for the shaking. Okay, so now we can turn that off. We're not really turning it off, but we're putting in auto, which means it turns on with the condenser or the heater. Okay, so this thermostat, has a timer right here, is a little clock. The reason for that is because this is the Pro Series. In the Honeywell Home Pro Series thermostat, it's a programmable thermostat, which means you can program it to change the temperature of the living space at a certain time on a certain day. So you can do that by going to Menu, Program, Select, and then you change that to Select, and then you change that to On. And if you hit Select on that one, it should take you to days: Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So right now what I do is I go to off and I remove the program setting because it's a lot easier to use. It's a lot easier to use unless you program the whole thing by itself. But I really don't like it like that. If I want to change the temperature, then I just change the temperature. Okay, the unit has turned on because the temperature did go up a little bit. Obviously, my body heat changed the temperature in the living space. So looking at the whole unit again, On the very top, there are two black lines that come out. It's a little blurry, but there it is. So those are the liquid line and the suction line, which are the refrigerant lines that go outside to the condensing unit. Okay, so the reason they have that foam around them, which is insulation, is because of the it protects them from getting damaged, and it also protects them from any kind of uh, ambient temperature or ambient effects on the lines, such as like if, let's say, the lines go through the attic, which they actually do go through the attic. If the attic is hotter and the temperature up there is hot, it, it's obviously going to affect the efficiency of the line. So using that insulation protects it from that. Okay. We're gonna follow these lines all the way outside. Okay. Okay. So we follow the refrigerant lines all the way outside, and it turns out to be they come out of the wall. So from the third floor all the way down the line inside the wall, they come out of there, and it's actually this unit right here goes right there. This is a 2.5 unit, 14 SEER, a 2.5 ton condenser, 14 SEER, and it's a 410 R410A refrigerant. And here we have its disconnect box. Okay. And right now, as I left, the unit was still running. Now this fan actually throws hot air. Oh, by the way, it's a Goodman. Right now it's throwing hot air because it's this fan is removing the heat from the refrigerant lines going through the condenser. It's removing it off. So right now you should feel hot, and it is a little warm. Okay. Now, one of the things that when you do maintenance and you open up the unit, one of the things that is very important to replace is the filter dryer. The filter dryer in this unit is actually located inside. We're not going to be able to see right now because the fan is on, but it's located inside. And the importance of that is that the filter dryer removes moisture from the refrigerant. If it is not there, then the unit might work, but it's not going to work as efficient as it's supposed to, and it might not work at all. So right now in this unit, what I have is these R410A locks on the surface ports. The reason we do that is because we have had some people come and steal refrigerant, but that hasn't happened yet. This insulation goes all the way from the air handler all the way down here, all the way to the service ports. Okay, and that's the split unit of a Goodman in a 600 square foot apartment, and that's it. Thank you.